Hello everybody, it's Tom and Jerry Fan 64 here, and as promised from the last video, I'm going to be doing 13 more of my favorite movies of 2022, and I do have a list right here. So let's start with number 13. Number 13, and some of these movies before I start this video, some of these, like three out of the 13 movies were movies that I put as honorable mentions on my previous list of my top 25 favorite movies of 2022, but I'm put them on this list. And I was going to put The Woman King, Babylon, and I Want to Dance with Somebody on the list, but I haven't seen those movies. So those will be on a list of another kind. So let's start with number 13, and there are some guilty pleasures in this list. But before I start this list, this is my personal list. It's okay if you guys don't agree with my list, but I do respect your opinion if you don't like any of these movies. So number 13 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2022 movie that was released on Netflix. This movie got horrible reviews. It got really bad reviews, but I think this is one of the most brutal in the entire Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. From the movies that I watched, this movie was brutal. I loved the kills, especially the kill with the influencers on the bus. And I thought Leatherface, the actor who played Leatherface, was really good, really awesome in this role. And unfortunately, the actress who played Sally in this movie, I don't think is as good as Marilyn Burns, but I think she was not that bad as Sally Hardesty. It was nice to see the character Sally Hardesty back, and it had a lot of unexpected moments in the movie that I didn't expect. It's probably one of the biggest guilty pleasures of 2022, and this one I actually really enjoyed a lot. I loved the kills. I loved the story between two girls. One was a school shooting survivor, I heard, but yeah, sorry about that. I hope I don't get my channel demonetized because of that. So yeah, this was a really, really great movie. And I'm going to talk about pretty much all of these movies, but I'm going to talk about them briefly. So number 13 is definitely the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 movie, and it was probably... I kind of wish this one got a theatrical release, but I understand why it was released on Netflix. Number 12 is a movie that a lot of people were divisive about, but I enjoyed it, and that is Halloween Ends. This movie is definitely the weakest of the David Gordon Green Halloween movies that started with Halloween 2018. I think Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills are better than Halloween Ends. And I didn't really like the character Corey that much. I didn't really like that. I wish they would have focused... This movie would have been an awesome movie if they focused on the Strodes. Laurie Strode's final battle with Michael Myers. I think they should have focused on the Strode family. I think the character Corey is not a very good character. I think they should have put him as a side character. They should have... This movie definitely... My biggest problem with Halloween Ends is that... The biggest problem I have with Halloween Ends is that they focus too much on Corey. They should have focused on the Strode family and their survival and stuff like that. They should have focused on the Strode family. If the movie focused on the Strode family and Laurie Strode's final battle with Michael Myers, it would have been an A+ movie. So yeah, Halloween Ends was still a pretty awesome movie. It was still a good movie. I enjoyed it, but it definitely still made my list. Number 11 is Amsterdam. This one a lot of people were disappointed by, but I really enjoyed it because the main reason why I decided to watch this movie is because it has Christian Bale and Margot Robbie, Chris Rock, Mike Myers, and Margot Robbie, and also Taylor Swift as well, and Timothy Olyphant, and John David Washington, who starred in the movies BlacKkKlansman and Tenet, which are two great movies. See, Amsterdam, I thought wasn't disappointing at all. It is my least favorite David O. Russell film, but I still enjoyed it. enjoy this movie as much as Joy. I think Joy and The Fighter are definitely better films than Amsterdam, but I found it quite enjoyable. So yeah, number 10 is the Bob's Burgers movie. This one I really enjoyed, even though I haven't even seen the TV show Bob's Burgers, but I enjoyed the movie. It's a really funny movie. It definitely has a lot of heart too, and Kevin Kline is in the movie, which makes it even better. So this was Bob's Burgers movie is a really funny movie. Due to the success of the Bob's Burgers movie, I hope they make a second Simpsons movie, a Simpsons movie sequel, and a Family Guy movie. I hope those movies come out pretty soon, because I love Family Guy and The Simpsons. So yeah, number 10 is definitely the Bob's Burgers movie, and number 9 is another movie that was I put as an honorable mention, kind of like Amsterdam and the Bob's Burgers movie. Number 9 is Strange World. What really sucks about this movie is that this movie bombed really hard at the box office. A lot of people didn't like this movie. I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal and Dennis Quaid were great in the movie. Really, really, really awesome, great movie. It's probably one of Disney's most criminally underrated films. I do think that Zootopia is better than this one, than Strange World. I think there's a lot of other Disney animated movies that are better than Strange World, but I really enjoyed the movie nonetheless. Number 8 is Violent Night, which stars David Harbour. This one I enjoyed the hell out of as well. I enjoyed Violent Night quite a bit. And David Harbour was great as Santa Claus. I am hoping that this movie gets a sequel. I heard there is a sequel is in the works that's going to focus on Mrs. Claus, but I'm hoping that David Harbour reprises his role in the sequel. And I've heard rumors that Charlize Theron was in talks to. If I'm wrong, comment down below in the comments. But I heard rumors that the director of Violent Night wants Charlize Theron in the role of Mrs. Claus. That would be a great casting, in my opinion. So yeah, Violent Night is a really violent movie, and I think this is probably one of the best Christmas movies of the year of 2022. And I thought David Harbour gave one hell of a great performance. So yeah, number 7 is one of 3 A24 movies I'm putting on my list. Number 7 is Pearl. This movie I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much, but I enjoyed this movie a lot. It was a really, really great movie. So yeah, Pearl needs no introduction. Number 6 is X, and Pearl is actually a prequel to X. X I really enjoyed a lot. It was a really fun movie. It's definitely X. The movie is X and Pearl are not going to be for everyone, but I was one of those people that enjoyed the hell out of X and Pearl. I think Pearl is better than X, and I can't wait for the sequel to the movie X called Maxine, which I can't wait for. And Mia Goth gives a great performance as both Pearl and Maxine. And I thought Jenna Ortega was great in this movie as well. And same with Brittany Snow. Even though this movie X is definitely on the weirder side, but I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. And at number 5 is the movie that I recently reviewed earlier today, and that is number 5 is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. You're probably saying this movie should have been higher, but there was 4 more movies that I thought were better. But Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is definitely the best animated movie of the year. Number 2, actually. So yeah, I really enjoyed Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. If you want to hear my more in-depth thoughts, go check out my movie review. I would put the link to my movie review in the comments, but in the description, but I don't know how to do that stuff. Number 4 is a movie that I thought I was not going to enjoy, and that was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, but I enjoyed it. I think Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is just as good as the first one. It has an even more emotional impact. And I almost teared up during Black Panther: Wakanda Forever during the very beginning of T'Challa's funeral. It was really, really sad. I loved the way that they gave tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I thought they did a great job making a tribute for Chadwick Boseman, who sadly passed away in August of 2020 due to colon cancer, the same kind of cancer that took the life of Kirstie Alley. So yeah. And now onto the top 3. In Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, I'm definitely going to get on Blu-ray. I have the first one on Blu-ray. See, now onto the top 3. Number 3 is Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. This one I watched recently. This was a great movie. Definitely one of the best movies of 2022 by far. Sorry about that. My nose is starting to run. I'm going to probably wipe my nose when I get done with this video. Glass Onion, The Knives Out Mystery was a really great movie. So yeah, it needs no introduction. And number 2 is Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is a movie I finally watched this month. And Everything Everywhere All at Once was a great movie. It's the other A24 movie I'm talking about in this video, and I thought Michelle Yeoh definitely deserved her Oscar for Best Actress. And Ke Quan, I hope I'm not butchering his name. Ke Quan definitely deserved his Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. This is definitely one of the best multiverse movies since Spider-Man No Way Home. I think it might be just as good as Spider-Man No Way Home. So yeah, number 1 is my number one favorite movie of 2022 on this list is definitely Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. This movie was really, really awesome. I think it was easily just as good. It was better than the Robert Zemeckis 2022 Pinocchio movie, which I'm starting to think is not that great. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I'm hoping that this movie comes out on Criterion Blu-ray, hopefully. So yeah, that is it for my review to my top 13 favorite movies of 2022, which I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're generous enough, please consider leaving a like on this video and subscribe, plus it really helps out. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye everybody, adios.